Hello everyone, my name is Marylou and I'm a stamping art demonstrator in Australia. And for this week video, we're gonna make another fan fold. And this one is called, I call it a sliding surprise card. So you open it and then there's like a little surprise message inside that slides in and out. So I made a couple of versions. This one I did it with the daffodils. And I did also this one. I'll show a little vomitos at the end of the video, but I'm gonna make a different one, and I'm gonna be using this stamp set, and also I'll be using the designer paper that is on Celebration, Daffodil Afternoon, the 12 by 12 designer paper. And this one you can get it free with a qualifying order, and it's a very, very pretty paper, very colorful. You can see it's very bright flowers, and there's some white and there's some cream, and then you got just plain. I love this one with the little love hearts, so they're just very pretty. So I'll be using this paper today. So to begin, let's get all the materials that we need. So for the base of the card, let me get all this over here. Too many little bits. Okay. The base of the card is Whisper White. Now I have taken this of the 12 by 12. You could use the A4, but if you use the 12 by 12, there's less wastage. So I got a 12 by 12 and I cut a piece that is 11 1/4 by 5 7/8. And then another piece that is 6 3/4 by 5 7/8. So that's for your base. Then we need a small piece of designer paper that is 1/2 inch by 5 7/8. Another small piece that is 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. Then I need a little piece of cardstock, which is pair pizzazz, and this one is 3 3/4 by 5 5/8. We need a small piece for the border, and when I mean the border is this section over here. That one is, I use a 1 1/4 by 5 5/8, and then some scraps because we're gonna make like a little frame for the inside, and for that just a small piece, and then a smaller piece of white so we can cut this little frame here. Now I have used the stitch dies, and I took the two small ones, these two, to make the frame, and that's where I'm gonna use this here to cut the frame. So we can do that now. And also from the what's this one called, scallop contour, I have taken this to cut the border, and I'll cut also the little frame. And I use the All Night Floral 3D embossing folder to emboss this green piece. So I'll go and do that, and then I'll get back. Okay, I have cut some of the pieces. So we cut that one, put that away. Cut the little frame. So I use those two like that, and then I got small frame. We can keep that for another project. So got that. I've cut the border, and I emboss that piece. Very pretty. So I got those pieces done. All right, so let's put this all over here with all these pieces, and we're going to score the base. So I get my scoreboard. Here's my scoreboard, and we're going to score that 11 1/4 by 5 7/8. Let me see my notes. And we're gonna score a 4 inches and 8 inches. And then we get the small piece, the 6 3/4 by 5 7/8, and on the long side we're gonna score a 3 and 3/8. 1, 2, 3, 3 and 3/8, which is half of that. Okay. So let's get these pieces here. Get rid of the scoreboard. Get the bone folder. And this one here, we're gonna fold. Make sure that it's nice and straight. And the front. Now, when you look at this piece, you can see this piece is smaller than that piece. That is what we want. So we want it to be like that, okay? So we put that aside. Now, this piece here, we're going to do some cutting. So we get the cutter. And we're gonna cut a 3/4 mark. So 3/4, put that at the 3/4 mark. And we're going to position the blade on 5 inches, 5 inches, and we cut down. So we have made a cut. Now we do the same thing on the other side. So 3/4, and we cut up to 5. There we go, 5. Now we position this at the 3/4 mark at the top. 1 3/4, 1 3/4. There's 1 3/4 here. Make sure that it's lined up properly, and then we're going to cut from that to the cut, and we go to the top, and we cut to where the cut is, and that's that. And then we end up with these 2 little sections that's been cut off. So with that, that's finished with that. Now we can fold it in half. Make sure that this is nice and even. Okay, so there's the 2 parts that are ready. Okay, next step is this part, we put it here, level, and this is supposed to be like this. So then when you cut it, it falls in and out, all right? So, okay, now we're gonna do the little opening on this section, which is this part in here. And when we cut it, we're gonna make sure that we're gonna cut it right on this side here, not here or here, because this is where the opening are. So we're gonna get the opening, which is the smallest. Remember, we use the small and the large to make the frame. So we're only going to use the smaller section. So I'm going to position that in here. So let's open this card. I'm gonna put it roughly about here, which you can see is plenty of room. So I'm just gonna put it in there. I put a little washi tape on both sides, and I'll go and cut it, and then I'll show you. Okay, I done the cutting. Let's take the washi tape off gently so we don't damage the cardstock. And of course we're gonna keep this. So that is the opening. All right, now what's the next step? Next step is we need to stamp our message over here. So to do that, you make sure that this is nice and even on the top. You close this like this, because we know that it's gonna make sure that it reads properly when you go and open it like this. Okay, so you leave this all even here and here, like that, nice and flat. You close this like this. We grab a pencil, and I'm going to put a little mark very lightly. That's where I need to stamp my message. So let's stamp a message. What message? I think that it's gonna be a happy birthday, so I'm gonna put this message, sending a card instead of a text. I think that's really cute, and it's from the flowers. So sending instead of a text, I think it's that one. Nope. Which one is it? This one. Oop. Which one? Where is it? Oh, here we go. It's here. Okay, so let's get a block and some ink, and I'm going to stamp it in black. Put it up here so you can see. And I'll try to do it in the middle the best I can, because I got the camera in front of me. Beautiful. Okay, so we close that. Clean my stamp. I'm gonna clean my stamp because with this ink, I don't want it to stain my stamp. Let's clean it properly. There we go, nice and clean. All right, now I'm gonna put it aside, so let it dry properly before we continue, and we can work on the rest of the card. So let's put this aside for a bit. Okay, let's attach. What do we do next? I think I'm gonna attach my frame. So let's attach the little frame in here like this. So let's get a little bit of glue and I'll attach this little, whoop, a bit too much glue, just a little bit. Touch my frame. Okay, so that's the frame. I might as well decorate this section here. I'm going to attach this here. So put a bit of glue here. Like so. Okay, and that's what we got so far. Beautiful. Let's put the little top on the glue so it doesn't dry on me. Okay, so what's next? All right, next I'm going to, should I decorate the front and the back? Might as well continue on this. Okay, let's do some decorations on here. Now we're gonna use this stamp set. I haven't used it before, it's the first time I'm using it. So I think it's really fun. It's got lots of little elements to build a design. So let's try to do that. So I'm gonna use these two little ones to decorate here. And for that, I'm gonna be using the dry granite, because it's like a tinge of green in here, and we got like the dark green here. So I think I'll put one little one here like that, and the other one here, maybe here, and how about maybe here? Yep. And this one, what can we do with this one? This one, oh, maybe here like that. Oh, we do it like this. Yes. And this one, we do it like that. Okay. All right, so that's enough for that, I think. And then we have some of these little flowers, okay? These ones here, and this is, what is it? These two little ones. So what I done, just to save a bit of time, I have stamped them before. That is this one here, I stamp, and then you can, don't need to color in, you can just stamp and color in the inside. So I done a couple of the largest one, and I fussy cut it with my scissors. So I thought I'd save some time, and I did that earlier. But we use them to decorate in here, and I thought we put one here now, and we'll put maybe one there, and we put a little one in there. I think that will look super cute, so let's do that. I think I'm happy with that. So we put one there, one here, one here, and I think now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to cut this one because I don't like the idea of them having four like that. So let's cut this in half. Yeah, I think I like this better. And we're gonna add a little bit of glue, just like that. My tweezers. And I think I'll put it here. Yeah, that's better. I think I like that better. I hope you guys like that better. Okay, so I think I'm happy with the inside of the card, and then later on we can just put a bit of embellishments, but for now I think I'm happy with that. Now that we've done the inside of the card, let's decorate the front of the card. So for that, let's move some of these things so I have a bit more room. So we're gonna attach this piece over here. So get some glue. Attach that to the front. Yep. Okay, so that's that. Now we get the designer paper, the 2 1/4 by 4 3/4, and we're gonna attach it here. So a little bit of glue. Here, oh, it's upside down, like that. Not that you're gonna see it very much, but it's okay. Actually, it is stuck already. I think it's stuck. I would have forgot. No, well, it's all right. We just leave it like that. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm gonna attach this, and before we do that, I'm gonna get a little bit of ribbon, and then we'll add some ribbon to it. Okay, I got some ribbon, and I'm gonna use the crinkle seam binding ribbon. So we're gonna get a small piece to attach it in here. So let's cut a small piece, and I'm going to make it like a two-tone ribbon. So we'll get the ribbon, and I'm gonna use a little bit of the Daffodil Delight, and I'm gonna just add a little bit of color on the edge to make it two-tone. Not on the whole ribbon, just at the edge of it. And then we need another small piece so we can do a bow. So we do the same thing. Just add a bit of, it just gives it another look and beautiful. It was one of the tips from, I think it was last year's book, and Stampin' Up show us this technique. Okay, so that's the two-tone ribbon, like that. So put that away, and now I'm gonna attach it to here. So I'm gonna use a little bit of type, thin type, and I'll put a little bit on the back and on the front all along, because I don't want it to move. Get my scissors. And here we go. Okay, now take that off. We get a small piece of ribbon, and I'll touch a little bit on the back and go all along. on the back. And we cut the excess because it's quite a bit too much. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm gonna attach this in here like that with glue. About 1/4 of an inch from the top, just to show the paper. So the paper is still showing in there. So that's what we got so far. Now we're gonna work on our focal point. And for that, I wanted to have a little bit of color on the background, so it's not so white. So what I did with that, I used my blender pens, and I used the Daffodil Delight, the Ming Macaron, and the, what's it called, this one? The Pau Papaya. So I started with the Ming Macaron on the base, with the brush tip, and I just went across, just like that. And then with the Daffodil Delight, and you can see I went over the top, and then with the Pau Papaya, and I went over a little bit like that. So you got the 3 colors, and then I got the darker one, and I went over the bottom, and with the light just blend it in. My yellow, and a little bit of my dark papaya, just a little bit, and then I blend it all in again with the light. And I'm just happy with that. So that's how I done the background. It's almost like a little bit of a rainbow scenery. And now I'm gonna stamp using this and some of the leaves. So I've got them all in a block at the moment. So we're gonna use, it's quite large, so I use one of the larger blocks, and I'm going to stamp this over here. It will be bigger than this, but I just really want all this section to be here, and I'm going to use the dry granite for doing the swirl. So I'll stamp the whole stamp, even that some of it is not going to be in the card. And I'm gonna stamp, I think I'll stamp here like so. Leave it there for a few seconds. So that's so pretty. And now I'm going to do some leaves. So these are 2 of the smaller leaves, which are, let me show you here, this one here and this one here. So let's stamp some. I think I like it this way. Okay, so now we're gonna stamp one here, one, maybe not this one, I think this one, because it goes in opposite directions. I stamp one here, and one, and we're building a nice little sort of thing. So I think I'm happy with those leaves. All right, so we done those. Now I think I'm gonna use these other leaves. What are they? This one here. So I'm using the line and the filler. So here, here, and maybe here, there, like that. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So that's all my leaves. Now I'm going to use the Pear Pizzazz because I'm using the colors that are in here. Okay, so now the Pear Pizzazz is so I can use like the color of the leaves. So I'm just gonna color it in, filling this. Whoop, it's the wrong way. That leaf, that leaf, and that leaf. I think that's all of them. Yep. And now we're going to color in the smaller leaf. I don't think I took that one out. Oh yes, I did. Let me put this one back in. And I'll take the smaller leaf. We have 1 and 2. There we go. So let's color those little tiny leaves. One. Can you see? Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I forget. Here. And here. So we done the leaves. Yep. So I think I'm quite happy with that. All right. So that's that. Now we're going to add all the flowers. Now the flowers, like I said before, I have stamped them before, so you know this video is not so long. But what I done with this, because if you notice on the design, I'll show you a bit closer. Can you see that they got like little marks on the flowers? They got like pencil sort of mark. Can you see that? Well, these ones here, they don't have. So I wanted it to be as close as I can. So what I did is I got a pen, got one of those pens, and with my pencil, I just add little lines on my flowers. Just like that. This way is a bit closer to my design. And the same thing with these tiny little ones. Just cut the pencil and from the middle just flicks. A few little flick. Just flick, 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 flick. Just simple little flicks from the center out. And that's how I did these flowers. And they look closer to what my designer paper is. So before, should I put the dimensionals here? I think I put the dimensionals first. I have some dimensionals on the back of my card here. So some big dimensionals here. It's easier. And now I'm gonna add my flowers. Now where are we gonna put the flowers? And actually let's attach this to the card. Okay. So I add this to the card. Okay, let's put this here, like this. Okay, so that is what we got so far. Now, the sentiment, I got this black sentiment that I stamped earlier. And how I did that, I show you. I use this stamp set. It's got many messages, and I stamped them in black, embossed it in cardstock, and then I cut them. So I have like a lot of these all in this little box. So when I'm making a card, I just pick a few and decide which one is the one that I like best. So I got a few in here, but I thought a happy birthday is quite nice, and it's got black. So I think that I really like that one the best. So I'm going to attach this one, I think here, like that. So we're gonna put a couple of dimensionals on the back of these. So let's add some dimensionals on the back of this sentiment. And we are gonna attach it like here, like this. Right, so then we can position our flowers where we think that they look the best. So let's add a bit of glue in here. And I'm going to put this one here. I want to position on a way that you can actually see the leaf and the swirl. There, there's one there. I think maybe one there, and maybe one here. Oh, sorry, someone's knocking. Sorry about that, someone was knocking on the door. Okay, so what have we done so far? Yeah, we attached that one. Now let's, maybe we add this one over here like that. And should we put one here? Yeah, why not? Let's put one here. Now we have these tiny little ones, which I think it needs something here, doesn't it? Yeah, let's put one there. We put one here. And let's put one here, like there. And what else do we need? Anyway, but let's leave it like this, and then we'll work a bit more on that. Now we're gonna add the bow, so let's make a bow. We get a bow, nice large bow. Let's do a bow here. Okay, there's a bow. Let's get some glue dots. Get some glue dots here. One glue dot should do it. One glue dot, and we put the glue dot. Where's this gonna go? This is gonna go here. So I put it here like that. Yes. And then we attach this and add a little bit of glue on this side so it gets attached to our frame. Let me put this on the glue. And I get my tweezers. And we're gonna attach this here like that. Here we go. Hold it for a second. And we still have a couple of these. No, this is a bit too long, so let's cut the ribbon a bit. It's a bit here and a bit there. Right, so we got that. Now we can add a few little extra flowers. Where can we put this flower? What can I put here? Yeah, that looks good. This can go here. And we have one more. Nope. Come on, guys, what do you think? Here? Yeah. There? Yes. Here. Just here. I just don't want to hide the beautiful design that we've done here. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that looks good. All right. And I have these gorgeous iridescent rhinestones. So I think if we add this to, let me get rid of some of this, some of the flowers, I think that will look like really pretty. So we put it on the large flowers, I think. It picks up the color that is underneath and around it. So it's really, really nice. Okay, so that looks more sparkly. And I think I'll do it at the front as well. In the inside. Okay, so that's that. All right, so I'm happy with that. Okay, let's get rid of some of this stuff so you guys can see. All right, so now let's add the inside piece. That should be dry by now. So we're going to, with the rubber, we get rid of the pencil marks because we don't want that to be shown. Okay, it's super simple, this card, really. More is just the decoration. Okay, now this is gonna be attached to here, but I need to have two little bit of types on there so then this stays closed. So we're gonna get a small piece of tape with the scissors. And get a small piece of tape. I think that will do. And I'm going to add that tape here on this edge. Not very big, because remember, this is gonna come here. So just a little piece on this corner here, and another little piece on the other side. On this side here, same thing that we did on the other side, right on the edge, like that. We use the bone folder and burnish that tape. Okay, so that part is done. Now we're gonna attach this section to the back of the front. So on the inside, just like that, nice and even. And only on this section, not the section that is being cut, okay? So then we're gonna put glue here. And we attach it here. Make sure that it's nice and even everywhere here. There, that's it. We give it a trial run, make sure that it closes properly, which it does. And then when we're happy that this is gonna close, you can see it closes, then we remove this tape. If for some reason, when you're gonna close the card like this, you see that this is hard to close, then what you need to do is you just trim a little bit over here. Just a tiny little bit over here to make sure that it closes properly. But mine is closing good, so I'm gonna remove the tape. And I'm going to close this, making sure that this and this are even with my card. I use my bone folder, make sure that it's closed properly. And voila, done. There's your secret message. And that's how you open and close your card. Super easy. I hope you like this design. I think that this little set here is very cute, and it's nice to build a different thing. I may do some more cards with this and maybe do another little video. I'm not sure. See what you guys think. But I'll show you some of the other samples that I done. That's what we done today. This is the one that I done with the daffodils. And this is the other one that I did with, I think it's called Happy Memories. Can't remember this one. But I will put all the details on listed below. And if you need any of the items that I've used today, I love it if you shop with me, and I see you on our next video.